IdahoSports.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley Agronomics, and if you want to maximize your yields and grow more, the country's best agronomists are here to answer your questions, help you find the right products, and take advantage of the newest technologies. Whether you farm 1,000 acres or you're just starting out, we will be here for everything you need to help your farm grow. We're proud to employ your neighbors and be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley Agronomics, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome into Burley High School. It's time for some high school football. It's Magic Valley game night, and we've got a dandy for you tonight here on IdahoSports.com as the Mountain Home Tigers visit the Burley Bobcats to open the 2021 season. I'm Mike Christensen, alongside former Great Basin All-Conference lineman Carter Christensen. We've got two teams here, Carter, who finished in the middle of the Great Basin 7 last year, both looking to get off to a good start in their opener. Mountain Home's going to receive. How important is it for these teams to get off to a good start tonight?
Well, it's always important to start off the season with a win, and it's a real good tell as the way the rest of the season's going to go, and this should be a great game tonight. Both these teams finish in the same part of the conference every year. It should be a fun game.
Here comes the kick. The kick is off, and we are underway. It's received by Mountain Home around the 25. A nice return up to about the 37-yard line. And Mountain Home will take over 1st and 10 there. Mountain Home's got quite a bit of size this year, Carter. Pretty big in the trenches. And looks like they have maybe a size advantage over Burley, but we'll see how tough these two teams are in the trenches. You, a former lineman, you got to love that.
Yeah, the trenches are always where it's won and lost.
1st and 10 for Mountain Home from the 37. There's a snap and the handoff. We've got a flag right off the bat. At quarterback for Mountain Home is Gus Winnings, number 17, hoping to be the winning quarterback tonight for the Tigers. A new starter this year. And they've got a new wing tee offense they're unveiling tonight. Lots of misdirection, lots of pre-snap motion. You've played against that. How hard is that as a defensive lineman?
It's very hard. You got to not guess. You got to stay true to your principles that you practiced and practice and go from there.
Takes a lot of discipline. Right off the bat, a false start for the Tigers, and they lose 5 yards. So going backwards right off, we'll see what they can do here on 1st and 15. Winnings in the shotgun. There's the snap, a quick pass out. It's almost picked off. Oh,
That would have been a great way to start the game for Burley.
a near pick by Jackson Smith, number 3. He would have been heading to the house with that one, and right through his hands. Almost a great start there for the Burley defense.
Mountain Home's just getting the pregame jitters out in this first drive.
Yeah, you come out in that first game, you've been working hard all summer, you're excited, maybe amped up a little too much, and they're just a little shaky to start with. See what they do here on 2nd and 15. There's a snap, the handoff. Nope, it's a fake. Winnings takes it on his own and gets up near the 40. And a big pile still pushing Mountain Home, pushing that pile forward up to the 42-yard line.
Nice, tough running.
Yeah, nice gain of about 10 yards by Winnings. Fake the handoff and right up the gut. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 5 for the Tigers on their opening drive tonight as we start the 2021 season here in Burley, Idaho. Mountain Home's got a great center, Gunnar Clark. He's the son of head coach Jim Clark. Getting some looks to play at the next level. He's big, 6'3", 290, leading the way up front. And that line opened some nice holes right there. Winnings in that pistol. Hands it off. Here comes the run. And they're going to get the first down right there. Very nice run by number 8, Lauren Wright, junior running back. He takes it up near midfield to the 49.
Nice little misdirection there.
Yeah, faking one way, going back to the right. And that's what I think we'll see a lot of with this wing T offense, with those wing backs right behind that offensive line, kind of crouching down, hiding behind there. Hard to know where the ball is going. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 49. Winnings fakes it, spins around, takes it himself right up the middle, and he could go. A huge gain down to the 20-yard line of Burley. What a run.
What a fake.
Gus Winnings faked the handoff, spun around a little 360, and then right up the middle, following that big offensive line. And that is a huge gain of 31 yards, about 30 yards there, as he gets down near the 20.
Great blocking by the offensive line. Really opened up the hole on that one.
Good start for Mountain Home as the Tigers are knocking on the door just outside the red zone. Winnings in that pistol with Wright behind him. Now to the side of him. There's the snap and the handoff and into the backfield. A nice hit by Burley. That's number 40. Reef Shaner comes in and breaks that up. Very nice play there. Getting into the backfield, and that's a loss of a couple yards. Nice play by the Burley defense. They were back on their heels a little bit, and that's a great play. They needed a good play right there.
They did. Let's see if they can get a red zone stop here.
Little substitution for Mountain Home, and Noah Slover comes in at running back, another junior running back. He's got 2 receivers to the far side, and Winnings in that pistol ready for the snap on 2nd down. Man comes in motion. There's the fake, and on the slant, it's caught. And a great gain down inside the 10-yard line. That's going to bring up 1st and goal for the Mountain Home Tigers. Nice pass play, beautiful fake, and a quick slant. And they're knocking on the door. From the 9, Mountain Home trying to get on the board. We'll see if the Burley defense can stand up and make a stop here. And we have got whistles and a flag. Might be another false start on Mountain Home, which is a tough break when you're inside the 10 knocking on the door. 5-yard penalty there will push him back to the 14, and Mountain Home 2nd and goal from there. Well, they've had a couple penalties that have hurt them. This Mountain Home offense and O-line has looked pretty good so far.
Yeah, usually in the first game you get quite a few penalties, but Mountain Home's moved the ball well so far. 2nd and goal from the 14.
Winning's in the backfield along with Slover. There's the fake, and Winning's up the middle. He won't get much, but he gets a few up near the 10-yard line. And a host of Bobcats bring him down there to bring up 3rd and goal right at the 10. So if you're Mountain Home, Carter, if you don't pick up a touchdown here on this 3rd down, are you of the mindset that 4th and goal, no matter where you are, you're gonna go for this?
Well, honestly, it really depends on if they have a good kicker or not.
And we'll find that out here in a few minutes. Kicking at the high school level can be an adventure, but they're knocking on the door. Winning sends a man off the field. They had too many men on the field. They broke the huddle with 12 there. And that's an illegal substitution penalty on the Tigers. And
they're really hurting themselves early.
Yeah, what is that? 3 penalties on this drive, or else they might be in the end zone already.
Yeah.
So Burley will be grateful for that. It looks like they're counting players now. They may have made an error there. Mountain Home coaches are upset about that call, and they are going to wave off the flag. So it looks like a miscount. They ran somebody off the field when they didn't need to. All right. And we've got a timeout taken by Mountain Home as they're knocking on the door around the 10-yard line trying to punch it in and take the lead. First time out of the game here. Carter, any initial thoughts as you watch these two teams battle it out?
Well, it looks like Mountain Home's really going to try to lean on the run early and run a lot of those misdirection plays to try to confuse the Burley defense.
Do you feel like Burley seeing this offense for the first time? This is a new offense for Mountain Home. They didn't run this last year. Do you feel like after a drive or two maybe you settle in and get a little better feel for defending some of that misdirection?
Yeah, well, you got to remember, this is also the first game of the season. I think that both defenses, after seeing the offense of the other team for a couple of drives, will settle in and start to really play well.
Burley does have some great talent at the skill positions. You can see they're smaller than Mountain Home in the trenches, but we'll get to see their offense soon. And Preston Ramos, a great running back for the Bobcats. Excited to see him tonight. But here we go, the Tigers. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. The pass is complete to number 88. That is Swenson, and he is in the end zone. Justin Swenson, the big tight end, 6'6" senior, 6'6", 245, and he gets the Tigers on the board. Nice pass from Winnings for the touchdown.
Great way to start the game for Mountain Home.
And that puts the Tigers up 6-0. Mountain Home is on the board, 6-0 with that touchdown pass from Winnings to Swenson. And they are going to go for 2. See if they can get up 8-0 here. There's the snap, another spinning run by Winnings. He's into the end zone, and that's a good, successful 2-point conversion. And that'll make the score 8-0 for the Tigers. So Mountain Home takes the opening kickoff, marches right down the field, and with 7:28 left in the opening quarter, they score with a touchdown pass from Winnings to Swenson, their senior star tight end. He'll play several positions tonight. He's on the D-line as well. Might even play quarterback, they told us. They love to spread him out with his size and let him be a receiver at 6'6", 245. And the Tigers strike first and take an 8-0 lead here in the first quarter in Burley. A great Basin 7 matchup to start the year. Conference foes. Both these teams looking to rise up in the Great Basin this year, Carter.
Yeah, we'll see how they can contend with Twin Falls, Minico, and Jerome, the usual top 3 of the conference. We'll see how they can shake out this year.
Kind of the perennial favorites there. The Tigers, Jerome won last year, the Jerome Tigers, but they're rebuilding quite a bit. So we'll see if the Mountain Home Tigers can get themselves in that title mix. They're off to a good start. Here's the kickoff. It's a short squib kick taken by Burley around the 30, and there's a big hit. And down about the 27, 28-yard line is where Burley will take over. The return by number 5, Braxton Bowen. And he got rocked. 8-0 Mountain Home as we see the Burley offense for the first time. 7:24 to go, first quarter here in Burley. The Bobcats have really nice facilities here, one of the best facilities in the Magic Valley. Very nice field. You had a chance to play here in your career, Carter.
Yeah, it's a really nice field. Nice turf.
There's the snap, and on the keeper around the end, and a nice gain, and a first down. Trevin Fenstermaker, number 7, the quarterback for Burley there. He has a nice run up the side.
Nice start for the drive for Burley.
Yeah, great start. Blocked well. And he made some nice moves on the sideline to pick up that first down. And Burley's off and running with a first down right off the bat. Up to the 44-yard line. They'll take over there. And Fenstermaker in the shotgun. He's got number 34, Preston Ramos, at his side. He's a great running back, and he'll take it here. And he picks up a nice gain on first down right up near midfield. He's marked down around the 49-yard line.
So far, Burley's offensive line getting a nice push.
They really are, and as you just look out there, they are much smaller than the Mountain Home Tigers across the line, but it's all about leverage, making it work.
Yeah, when you got a smaller offensive line, you really got to emphasize the angles of your blocks.
And they're doing that well so far. They got a 2nd and 5 here right near midfield. There's the snap. Fenstermaker will keep it. He's around the right side, and a couple of yards there. He'll pass midfield and get into Mountain Home territory to the opposite 49-yard line. A couple of yards there for Fenstermaker. He's a senior. 6'1", 190. He's had a couple nice runs so far. So from the 49-yard line, Burley will take over, and this time Fenstermaker under center. And we've got a flag and a delay. Let's see. Oh, offsides maybe? Offsides, Mountain Home lining up in the neutral zone there.
Mountain Home's really killing themselves with penalties early. Hopefully they can settle in.
They're piling them up there. You know, you can tell they're a talented team with a lot of size and ability. If they can just show some discipline, they have a chance to be a good team this year, it looks like. So they'll pick up a first down there on the 5-yard penalty, and Burley on the march. We might be in for a high-scoring game here the way these two are moving up and down the field so far.
Yeah, we might.
Mountain Home up 8-0. They scored on their first drive of the game. Marched down the field with a touchdown pass from Winnings to Swenson. And now Burley on the march. Fenstermaker. He takes the snap, hands it off to Ramos. He's got some room. Oh, bounces, knocks down a defender. Oh, what a beautiful run.
What a
He's
nice
close
run
to
by
a first
Ramos.
down. Oh, just trucked the defender who got in his way.
You can see why Coach Clark was concerned.
Yeah, he mentioned him specifically by name and said they were concerned about him, worried about taking on Ramos tonight. He's only 5'9", 165, but he packs a punch with that frame. Bobcats facing short yardage here. And there's a pass. Fenstermaker gets it out to number 2, Jacob Williams, and he's got a first down. Nice little quick pass, just one step and get it out fast and get it to your playmakers.
Yeah, you really want to get your quarterback in a rhythm early with those short slants and outs.
Yeah, don't make him work too hard. Give him something easy, right?
Yep.
And that was easy for Burley right there as they pick up another first down. They've got 1st and 10 here inside the 30. See if Burley can score on its first drive and match the Tigers and Mountain Home, but we have got another flag, and this one's going to be on Burley. I believe that's their first penalty of the night. False start on the Bobcats. That'll push them back 5 yards, so they'll be back around the 33-yard line. Got a beautiful, beautiful sunny Friday night for some high school football here in Burley as we kick off the season. Burley and Mountain Home tangling tonight. Great Basin 7 conference matchup to open the season. These teams finished 4th and 5th in the league respectively last year and picked to finish 4th and 5th again this year. See if they can do a little better than the coaches predicted in their preseason poll. You know, Burley last year actually got off to a 2-1 start. Really solid start to the year. Felt really good about it. Ended up with 3 wins, so they kind of faded to the finish. Dylan Corliss trying to build a good program here at Burley, and you hope that they can get their season started off strong as they try to take a step forward.
Yeah, they've had a good start so far in this drive, but they've been killing themselves with a couple penalties.
You know, that's been the case for both teams. Like you said in the opener, that's often the case.
Mm-hmm.
First time you've been out under the Friday night lights, which are on, even though it's nice and sunny and bright here. We'll look forward to that sun going down here in just a little bit. Fenstermaker takes the snap. He rolls out near side, fires the pass, and it's dropped. Tough break. Pass right on the money. But Jacob Williams unable to bring that ball in. Bounces right off the numbers. Third down for the Bobcats. They had a great drive going, and they've stalled a little bit here as these penalties have pushed them back. They were inside the 30. Now they're out at the 38-yard line, and here comes the shotgun snap to Fenstermaker. Clap of the hands, the handoff to Ramos. He's up around the right side. He's got some room, and he's taken down by a host of Tigers, including number 40 there on the tackle. That is Mason Scoville. In along with some other Tigers on that tackle.
Big play here. Let's see if they can get a 4th and short.
Yeah, they've got, with these penalties, Burley's got a long way to go on this third down. 3rd and 16 coming up here from the 34-yard line. Likely a passing down here. Nope, there's a toss on the sweep, and they're going to bring him down in the backfield. That is Swenson, the defensive end for Mountain Home, Justin Swenson. He scored the touchdown, and now he's got a big tackle for loss.
Way to keep the outside contained there, not let anything get outside him. That's his job.
Boy, he got right in there quick. That was blown up before it could even go anywhere. What do you think of the call there, 3rd and long, running the jet sweep?
Well, Burley's had a lot of success running the jet sweep in the past, so, you know, I don't blame him, but I thought that was going to be a passing down.
3rd and long, and now they got 4th and long, and we'll see what Burley decides to do here from the 42-yard line. Looks like they're going to keep the offense out there at this point. But we got a timeout taken by Burley. Maybe they're going to rethink that decision. 4th and long from the 42. They've got to get all the way down to about the 17 for a first down. What a great night for football.
It is. Sunny, nice little breeze going.
Of course, when you were on the field, you love the cold weather.
I do.
As a big lineman, you're always hot, running the fan 24/7. These August and early September games weren't always your favorite when it's 80 degrees out there.
No, but right now it's like a nice 70 degrees.
Beautiful night here on IdahoSports.com as we bring you Magic Valley game night. A lot of games across the state on IdahoSports.com tonight and a great lineup of games tomorrow, so make sure you tune in and hit up the website.
Yeah, tomorrow we got the Rocky Mountain Rumble.
We're grateful for our sponsors here tonight on Magic Valley Game Night.
Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab Tire Center in Rupert. Manager Lane Rutschke and his crew are committed to getting you back on the road safely. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952. Give them a call today at 208-436-5600 or stop by at 109 South 100 West in Rupert. Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab in Rupert, is a proud supporter of Minico Spartan Athletics.
And right during the middle of that read, what a big play. Swenson is coming up big. He's got a touchdown. He's got a tackle for loss. And now he's got a blocked punt. The snap a little high there.
You can see that Burley is a little frustrated by his size early.
Yeah, that is a big kid. 6'6", 245, breaks through the line with that delay, with the snap being high, caused a little delay and the spin there, and that kick was blocked. And that rolls quite a ways for Mountain Home, and they will take over inside the Burley 30-yard line. They're already up 8-0, and here they are in great position.
Mountain Home's got all the momentum right now. Let's see if they can capitalize.
All right, Winnings in that shotgun formation. Coach Jim Clark told us they were going to throw it around, and they've done that so far. Good mix of run and pass for the Tigers. There's a handoff. And a short gain there for number 19, Noah Slover. He'll pick up a couple yards. Bring up a second down for the Tigers at the 25. Lauren Wright back in as they rotate those running backs.
Yeah, you want to keep your running backs fresh early so they're ready to go in the fourth quarter.
You know, one guy we haven't seen touch the ball yet is Xavion Parker, 6'4" wide receiver. He's to the near side here. Very talented, good athlete. We'll see if he touches the ball soon. But there's a handoff, and that could go. The Bobcats will haul him down inside the 10, but a beautiful run there by Lauren Wright.
Mountain Home just blew Burley off the ball there.
Boy, that line is making some waves. They had that D-line pushed back 5 to 10 yards right off the snap.
Got some nice lead blocks from the fullback.
And Mountain Home is in position for another score here. Leading 8-0 in the first quarter. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter in Burley. Tigers take the snap. Oh, it's bobbled and dropped. He's gonna. Is that turned over?
I think Burley got it.
Burley may have recovered that.
This could be a huge play.
And it looks like it's going to stay with Mountain Home. I thought Burley had a great shot at recovering that fumble. Looked like a direct snap there, and that ball was never cleanly handled, bobbled forward.
Nice heads-up play by Mountain Home to jump back on there and save the possession. Huge
play when you're in the scoring zone here. Right around the 10-yard line, they fumble the ball, but they keep it. And here they are in that pistol formation again. Lauren Wright to the side of Gus Winnings, the junior QB. There's a handoff around the edge, and that is going to go. Number 20, Dylan Halos, the running back, junior 5'9", 150, and he takes that handoff right around the end.
You could tell Mountain Home's really confusing Burley with these misdirections early.
That was a beautiful play. There was no one out there as he takes that toss right around the side and into the end zone. And Mountain Home is ahead 14-0 here with 2:21 to go in the first quarter. And looks like they're going to go for two again. And this would be a pretty commanding lead if they can jump out 16-0 here right off the bat. There's the snap. And into the end zone goes Noah Slover, number 19, for the Tigers, who take a 16-0 lead here. The visitors off to a strong start using that blocked punt by Swenson. Boy, Swenson has been a huge key to this first quarter success.
He has. A lot of momentum plays by him. And, of course, that Mountain Home offensive line is getting a heck of a push up front.
You know, sometimes you see teams that have a lot of size, but maybe they don't play with a lot of physicality. What I like from Mountain Home this year is it seems like these guys are playing with physicality to match their size.
Yeah, they're really making that an emphasis, obviously.
And this new offense is fitting them well, this wing T. A lot of misdirection, a good mix of run and pass. I think they've got that Burley defense on their heels right now, and a 16-0 lead. But see what Burley can do. If Burley can come down and get a touchdown right here, they're right back in it. We've got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, this is a huge drive for Burley. See what they can do. Try to get right back into this game.
16-0 Mountain Home. And here comes the kickoff. Oh, it hits Burley right away, and they're lucky to recover that. Short little 10-yard kick, and that hit number 10, Nick Fowler, right in the chest. He was able to jump on it and recover it. Boy, if Mountain Home would come up with that, that'd be a tough break for Burley. So big play there by Fowler.
Yeah, nice play to jump right back on that ball.
16-0 Mountain Home. Burley takes over. The nice thing about that short kick is great field position. You're at the 49. good chance to go down and get a quick score, hopefully before the end of the quarter for Burley. 2:19 left in this first quarter as they try to make a move. Fenstermaker fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's going to run wide. He gets around Swenson and gets a few before he's pushed out of bounds. So a good positive first down play of a few yards. But to that first drive, Burley was really moving the ball with some fairly big chunks on the ground before turnovers short-circuited the drive. We'll see what they do here on drive number 2.
Yeah, it really looks like Mountain Home's defense is settling in.
All right.
Stopping the run.
Fenstermaker claps the hands, takes a snap, a nice handoff there. Up the middle. Ryan Jensen gets a couple yards, a junior running back. He's a little guy at 5'6", 155, kind of hide behind those linemen. And he picks up a couple, but that brings up a big third down for Burley.
And in comes number 55, Gunnar Clark, for this big stand here. Hopefully he can get a nice push up front for Mountain Home.
Nose tackle, 6'3", 290. Has a great chance to play at the next level. He's an all-state lineman as an offensive lineman, now playing both ways for the Tigers as a senior. He's the coach's son. There's the snap. They swing it wide, and that's again. Oh, the ball's loose. The ball's bouncing, and they're chasing it around, and it looks like Burley's going to fall on it. But a tough break. We've got a big hit, and Jensen is down. Ryan Jensen, the little running back. He had a nice little gain and maybe a chance to get that first down, but then he took a big shot. His helmet came off, and he's down on the field. Down hurt. The trainer's out to check on him. The teams will come to their sideline here. Oh, you hate to see somebody get hurt, especially in an opener.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right, but that was a big hit.
A couple of trainers out checking him out as he goes down. He was about 3 yards short of that first down, and he just took a shot. That ball came flying out, flew 5 to 10 yards behind him. And
it went from 4th and short to about 4th and 11. So big play.
Yeah, what a tough break. He is up. Thankfully, Ryan Jensen is up and heading to the sideline. He is not a big guy at 5'6", 155, and that big Mountain Home defense really hit him hard. And a tough spot here now for Burley. Likely punting situation as they face 4th and long. Trailing 16-0 here in their home opener. The Bobcats looking to get something positive going. And a tough break there as they fumble the ball and lose a running back. We'll see if he's able to return tonight. He definitely looks shaken up.
Yeah, you hate to see that, especially in the first game of the season.
You've worked so hard. You're so excited for the opener. And tough break sometimes. We'll see what the Bobcats can do to respond here. And it looks like a punting situation for Burley. Miguel Ruiz out there to punt, and the snap goes over his head. He recovers it.
Burley's really killing themselves with that snap.
The long snaps have been the bane of their existence tonight. That is twice they've had bad snaps. The first one led to a blocked punt. This one over the punter's head, and he's a big punter. Still got the ball over his head, and Mountain Home is in prime position again.
Yeah, this is really a good opportunity for Mountain Home to really take control of this game early.
If you're Burley and you're having bad breaks like this, you know, you didn't get off to a terrible start, but now all of a sudden the wheels are kind of coming off. What can you do defensively to just try to turn the tide in a situation like this?
Well, I would try to do some different looks. You got to try to get some big plays when you get down early like that. Got to try to turn the ball over.
There's the handoff. Around the outside, we've got a flag, likely a hold there. And not much for Noah Slover. He's had a pretty good night on the ground so far. Short gain on the first down play. Nice job by Burley. And a hold, so that's a good break for a Burley team that had its backs against the wall. That'll push Mountain Home back. That'll move the ball all the way back to the 38-yard line where Mountain Home will take over here. First and 20 for the Tigers. They've shown some explosiveness. They'll need a big play here. There's the snap, and Winnings is going to keep it. And he'll pick up a couple. Up to the 35-yard line. He's had a pretty good night keeping the ball on those keepers.
Yeah, he has. They're getting real nice lead blockers in front of him, and he's really turning that Burley defense.
You know, one of the plays I love the Mountain Home has run a few times here is where Winnings takes that snap and does a total 360, fakes the handoff to two different players.
Yeah, that play is really caught Burley off guard both times.
Hard to know which way the ball is going, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. And we'll be right back here on IdahoSports.com as the Mountain Home Tigers lead 16-0 at the end of one.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Welcome back here to Burley, Idaho for the second quarter. There's the handoff, little bunch formation for the Tigers, and they get a few yards on that. 16-0, Mountain Home jumps out to a first quarter lead, and we start off the second quarter with the Tigers in Bobcat territory again. They're at the 30-yard line, and they've got a third down coming up here. Long ways to go after that holding penalty pushed them back.
Yeah, let's see how Burley can do a first quarter full of penalties and turnovers. Let's see if they can settle in and climb their way back into this game.
They'll definitely need a stop here on this key third down. There's the snap, Winnings right down the middle to Swenson. He's going to hang on to that in traffic. What a catch. That's going to be a first down for the Mountain Home Tigers. Swenson's a big target, as we've talked about, 6'6". He was surrounded by three Burley defenders and just went up, held onto the ball even though they were swiping away at it.
Yeah, nice throw by the quarterback there, really threading the needle on that one.
Beautiful touch by Winnings. Just kind of lofted that down the middle to his big target. Helps to have a guy who's 6'6" running down the middle for you.
It sure does.
In the red zone now, the Tigers looking to take a 3-score lead over the host Burley Bobcats. Winnings in that pistol formation will take the snap. He'll hand it off to number 8, and a nice gain there by Lauren Wright. Lauren Wright and Noah Slover take turns there in the backfield with Winnings. They both had pretty good success tonight running the ball. And speaking of Slover, he comes in right now, and they trade places. Doing a good job rotating those two, keeping them fresh.
Yeah, Mountain Home's doing a really good job of noticing their size advantage on the line, and the line's really delivering for them, getting a lot of push up front.
Inside the 10-yard line, the Tigers looking to score again. And this time the handoff goes to Slover, and he won't find much running room there. Nice job by the Burley defense. At the 8-yard line, 3rd and 2, Mountain Home can actually pick up a first down here and get a 1st and goal inside about the 6-yard line. So this is a big play here. Burley defense is going to have to rise up and make a couple of stops here to keep themselves in this game. Not let it get away, but Mountain Home looking to take firm control if they can punch it in here. Winnings, the junior quarterback, done a good job tonight directing the show. Good job running and passing the ball. He takes that one, throws it to Swenson, and it's broken up. Nice defensive play by the Bobcats.
Yeah, really nice anticipation there.
Yeah, number 99, beautiful play there. Came right in and broke up that pass. For 89, Caden Harris. Beautiful defensive stop there against the much bigger Swenson. Just came in. Nice shot to knock that away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and 2 for Mountain Home. And boy, this may be the play of the game in terms of either putting this thing out of reach or Burley having a chance to stay in it.
Yeah, Burley's really got to dig in here.
Winnings. Oh, there was a direct snap there. Slover took the direct snap. The ball never made it to Winnings. And Slover right up the gut kind of surprised the Bobcats, and they're going to be close to a 1st down there. See if they give that to him or need a measurement. And the referee calls for the measurement. Boy, this is a big measurement right here. Right around between the 5 and the 6-yard line. Mountain Home on the move with a 2-score lead, looking to punch it in. Already up 16-0. And this measurement could make or break Burley's night.
Yeah, this is a huge measurement. This is a huge momentum shift. Can Mountain Home keep tacking on the points, or can Burley get a stop and try to get back into this game?
Well, if they can get a stop here and march 94 yards and get on the board, they'd feel much better about this game than they do right now. Chains come out, and we'll see where this winds up. He didn't get a lot of room there.
Thank you to our other sponsor, Stoker Jewelers. Stoker Jewelers in Mountain Home is a proud supporter of Mountain Home football team, known for their fine craftsmanship, custom-made rings, and assorted jewelry pieces crafted in store by their master jewelers. You want to check out Stoker Jewelers at 150 North 2nd Avenue East in Mountain Home. Stoker Jewelers, creating custom memories. Good luck, boys.
So it's a 1st down for Mountain Home on that big measurement. They pick it up by a few inches, and they'll continue this drive. Tough break for Burley. They almost had to stop there. Winnings hit in the backfield. Wow, that defense came swarming in there. They tried that spin move play again, but that time number 84 for the Bobcats, Kevin Hernandez, blew that up quickly.
Yeah, you could tell that their defense talked about that play on the sideline.
Yeah, before Winnings could even turn all the way around, he was being hit, knocked to the ground. Big play by Burley as they try to rise up and get a stop here in the red zone. 2nd and goal for the Tigers. And not much there for Slover. He's dragged down after a minimal gain and a nice stop by Burley. They'll hang on to the ball. The ball did come loose. A Burley player had it at the end, but they say he was down. And Mountain Home will hang on to that football and have 3rd and goal here. This is the best the Burley defense has looked so far on this red zone stop here.
Yeah, their defensive line really digging in here. Let's see if they can keep it up.
3rd and goal for the Mountain Home Tigers from just outside the 10-yard line. There's the snap. He's going to throw on the fade. He's got Swenson there, and he's got the catch. Using that 6'6" frame, he hauls it in over Jacob Williams. He was right in good position for Burley, but the ball put in a beautiful spot by Winnings, and Swenson has his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, you can tell that's going to be a huge connection all season.
Man, that is a big kid to throw to as a receiver tight end, and he's making plays tonight. They just lofted the ball out to him, and he beats the defender for it. And that puts Mountain Home up 22-0 with the 2-point try pending. Mountain Home 2 for 2 on 2-point conversions tonight, trying to make it 3 for 3. And that one is going nowhere. Nice job by the Burley defense as they blow that up and take Winnings down around the 3-yard line. And for the first time tonight, Burley has stopped Mountain Home on a 2-point try. That leaves the score Mountain Home 22, Burley 0. Here in Burley, Idaho, as we open the season with Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Great start for the Tigers.
Sure is.
This Mountain Home team, like many teams in Idaho, loving the Halloween colors. Rocking the black and orange out there. That seems to be the most common color theme in Idaho.
It sure does.
We must love Halloween or something in Idaho. Burley in their home green uniforms, looking sharp and trying to improve their play tonight to get back in this game. This is a big offensive possession here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Burley really needs a score on this drive.
7:46 to go here in the half, opening half of play, opening night of the season. And Burley looking to get something positive going. If they can get on the board here, definitely get a little momentum back. But if they turn it over or go 3 and out again, you just feel like it's starting to get away from them, don't you?
Yeah, this is really a game-defining drive right here. Will Mountain Home blow out Burley, or will Burley make a stand and try to come back?
See what the Bobcats can do here. Their defense did start to play a little better at the end of that drive, started to get some stops, but the beautiful touchdown pass put Mountain Home ahead, 22-0. Another short kick. Oh, and a nice return, making guys miss and dragging them up near the 43-yard line. Nice play by Ryan Jensen. Nice to see him back out there. He left the game earlier after taking a hard shot in the first quarter, and he's back on the field and making plays. Burley will take over with good field position at their own 43-yard line, trailing 22-0. They had one drive that made it fairly deep into Mountain Home territory, and otherwise they have not had much success tonight. Trevin Fenstermaker in that pistol formation takes the snap. He hands it off to Ramos. He's going to make a couple guys miss, but he runs into a host of defenders, and he only not even a yard there. Looks like you might have some room, but not a whole lot on that first down. So that brings up 2nd and almost 10 for the Bobcats, who are looking for some momentum.
Really nice job by the Mountain Home defense there to string it out to their outside defenders.
7:05 to go in the first half, clock running. And here comes a pass for Burley, and it's complete. Beautiful pass from Fenstermaker to number 2, Jacob Williams. He was the defender on that last touchdown. He gets a little revenge there with a nice route and a nice catch. And that moves Burley in to Mountain Home territory and brings up a 3rd and short. Looks like he's about a yard shy. Nope, they're going to give him the first down. They're going to pause here. Burley ready to go again, but the referees decided that was a first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 47. There's another pass and a nice little move there. We got a new quarterback here for the Bobcats, number 9, Caleb Loveland. Junior quarterback, 6'2", 185. He takes over here in the second quarter and looks good so far. A couple nice passes.
Yeah, looks like Burley's finally settling in.
So they move Fenstermaker from quarterback to receiver. He's number 7 and number 9. Caleb Loveland at the quarterback spot. He gives the handoff here to Ramos, and he finds tough sledding as he runs into Gunnar Clark, that big nose tackle for the Tigers. All 6'3", 290 of him, taking down Ramos. Ramos, a talented senior running back, but he weighs 165, so he's about half the size of Gunnar Clark, who takes him down there in the pile. That brings up a 3rd down for Burley. We'll try to keep this drive alive. They're at the 40-yard line. There's the snap. Loveland with the pass, and another catch by Jacob Williams. He has had a great night. He hauls it in. He takes a hit. There's a flag on the play. After the catch, wonder what that'll be. Looks like it may be a targeting call. The referee motioning. Wonder what the call will be here. Oh, they're going to wave it off. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. The referee made the signal of what you would see for a targeting call in college, but I don't believe targeting exists in Idaho at the high school level. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's just blindside block is the call.
So they wave that flag off. And it's a first down for Burley down near the 30-yard line. Positive drive for them. Loveland with the handoff to Ramos. He's got some room around the far side. And a nice pickup on first down. He's got some wheels. When he gets some space and is able to move, he can really get down the field quickly.
Mountain Home's done a really good job of containing him so far. Let's see if they can keep it up or if Ramos can break a couple.
You know, it seems like when he's trying to run between the tackles or run up the middle, really tough sledding with that big defensive line for Mountain Home. When he's been able to get to the outside 2 or 3 times, that's where he's found his room. Burley's got a second down here. Inside the 25. There's the snap to Loveland. The ball bobbled there by Ramos. Gathers it in, and he is swarmed under. Boy, that'll throw off your timing quick. If you don't get that handoff clean, tough to do much with that play, and great defense by Mountain Home's D-line there.
Everything starts with the snap.
Football's all about execution, isn't it? Clean execution. And we've seen some of that tonight, and we've seen stretches where that has not happened tonight.
Yeah, it's first game of the season. Both teams are trying to settle in, but later on in the season you'll see a lot more schemes and a lot more execution.
We've got 4.5 minutes left in the opening half of play, the clock running, as Loveland is in at quarterback and takes the snap on this third down play for Burley. He's looking long. He's got a receiver there, but he is going to overthrow that. There is a flag on the play. I wonder if they're going to call pass interference on the Tigers. The ball was well overthrown. The receiver looked like he was cutting in, and the ball was kind of thrown well over him. He spun around and maybe got held up there. I didn't see a whole lot on that, but it looks like that could be a penalty on the Tigers, which would keep this Burley drive alive.
Yeah, this is a huge call.
Referee's talking it over, and they do call pass interference. Oh, we have 2 penalties on the play. Pass interference on Mountain Home and intentional grounding on Burley. Not sure what they called it. That's what they announced over the PA system. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to be intentional grounding, but they're talking to Burley about this situation. We'll see what comes out of this mess of flags on the field.
It looks like they're just going to replay the down.
Offsetting penalties.
Yep.
Try that third down again. Third down, 4 yards to go. The ball right around the 25-yard line. So they'll pick up the flags and get the ball set here. And they are marching off that penalty on the Tigers. That is going to give Burley a first down, and that is going to put them right outside the 20-yard line. Or, down to the 15-yard line. Bad angle on that here, but they're all the way down to the 15 in the red zone, and Burley looking to punch it in and get on the board. They trail 22-0 against the Mountain Home Tigers. Loveland's had a good drive here as he's come in at quarterback in the second quarter. Takes that snap under center. Quick handoff, and that's going nowhere. Swenson in on the tackle along with Clark, and they take down number 10, Nick Fowler. Unable to create a lot of room there. And like we talked about earlier, when Burley runs between the tackles, they are finding the sledding pretty tough against that Mountain Home D-line.
Yeah, Mountain Home's defensive line really staying tough, staying in their gap and not allowing Burley to run in between the tackles, making them try to run it outside.
If you're Mountain Home, you got to feel great about your first half. You're up 22-0, but here you're looking to get a stop, keep that shutout going as Burley looks to get on the board. Loveland takes the shotgun snap. He's looking to throw. He throws. He's got a man there. It's Fenstermaker. He hauls it in, but he is going to be out of bounds. Great play, great catch by Fenstermaker, but just a step or two out of bounds. He was right there, beat his man. Nice route, and the ball just a little wide. Tough break for Burley.
That would have been huge.
Burley will give it another shot here. That was a nice ball there, just a little wide. It's a game of inches sometimes. Mike Christensen here alongside former Great Basin All-Conference lineman and College of Idaho player Carter Christensen as the Burley Bobcats take on the Mountain Home Tigers. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first half of play here on IdahoSports.com. And Burley has got a penalty, pre-snap penalty, and likely Burley going the wrong direction here. False start on the Bobcats, and that will push them backwards. Tough break. They have had a few key penalties. They've had times when they've played well and just short-circuiting between snapping the ball over the head on the long snaps and a few penalties, or this could be a very different game.
Yeah, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. You can't afford to have those penalties when you're down 22 early in a game.
Yeah, definitely halftime. I'm sure Coach Corliss is going to talk to his Bobcats about discipline, executing cleanly, and they can get themselves right back in this game if they do that. And right now they've got a big third down for Loveland and company. He's got time. He's got plenty of time. Great job by the line. He throws down the middle right into traffic. It's almost picked off by Mountain Home. Nice defense there by number 32, Taylor Pearson, on the coverage, and he just about came up with that ball. Long pass down the field by Loveland, but he had two receivers in the area, but just not quite on target there. And that brings up fourth down, and Burley is going to go for it.
Big play here.
Late in the first half of play, we're in the second quarter. 3:21 to go. The visiting Mountain Home Tigers lead 22-0, and we've got a fourth down and 15 for Burley. Loveland's rolling out, turns the shoulders, gets the ball downfield. He's got a receiver there who did not see that ball coming. That pass falls incomplete, and a big stop for Mountain Home. They are in control and in charge, and they get a big stop after Burley was knocking on the door in the red zone. Got all the way to the 15 before the penalties short-circuited that drive.
Yeah, first game, there's going to be a lot of penalties, but Burley's really shooting themselves in the foot early.
Big night tonight for tight end, receiver, defensive end Justin Swenson for the Tigers. He's got 2 of their 3 touchdowns on receptions from Gus Winnings. And Winnings is out there, quarterback again for Mountain Home, along with Lauren Wright in the backfield. And the snap goes directly to Wright, but he finds some tough sledding. A great tackle there, wrapping up around the legs. Number 84, Kevin Hernandez. He's made a couple plays for the Burley defense, and he was in there quickly on that play, busted that run up, and held on for dear life to bring him down.
Yeah, Burley could really use a big momentum play on defense. They really could use a turnover before the half.
You know, we've only got 2:50 to go, clock running. If Mountain Home is able to march down the field and score again, they'll put themselves in absolute control of this game. So you're right, Burley would love to come up with a turnover, stop, get the ball back, and get some momentum before half. Second down, Winnings fakes the handoff, spins around, goes the other way. Hands that coming around the other way, and no luck there for number 16. Dragged down in the backfield. We've got a flag as well. Maybe he took a little too long to develop that play. They faked the handoff, and by the time he gave the ball the second time, the Burley defense was right there. Two minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first half here in Burley as the Bobcats trail the Tigers 22-0 in Great Basin 7 football action. On IdahoSports.com, Mike Christensen and Carter Christensen bringing you the call tonight. And yes, if you're wondering, we are a father-son duo. Carter may not claim me, though. So, third and long for Mountain Home after that penalty and loss of yards. 3rd and 16. And Winnings with a big play here. He's back to throw. He's got his tight end again over the middle. And boy, Swenson has come up with so many big catches and big plays tonight. And that's going to be a first down. Moving the chains with a pass up the middle. Boy, that tight end has been real hard for Burley to handle. Either on the fade routes in the red zone or running up the middle.
He's using his big body to box out the smaller Burley corners and coming up with a lot of nice slants.
Yeah. Mountain Home coach Jim Clark was really high on Swenson. Said he'd be a huge part of their game plan. They were going to look for him and throw the ball to him. And he's been true to his word tonight. Swenson's got about 5 catches, including 2 touchdowns. Mountain Home on the move. Winnings will take that snap right up the middle. And not a lot of room, but he makes something out of it. It looked like they were going to get him down close to the line of scrimmage, and he ends up fighting for close to 5 yards. He's a tough runner. That's a big kid there, quarterback. Winnings 6 foot 215. He's a junior. Plays linebacker as well. So for a high school quarterback, he's got pretty good size, and he's been tough to bring down on those quarterback keepers.
Yeah, he's done really well in the run game tonight for Mountain Home.
Little draw play there, and now they snap the ball again. Quick pass, and that's Xavion Parker. He's got the ball. He could go. He's going to outrun the corner. Parker to the 20. He's inside the 10, and he's going to score. Xavion Parker, the 6'4" receiver for the Mountain Home Tigers, and that puts Mountain Home firmly in control of this one as they jump out to a 28-0 lead here in Burley.
He really put on the Jets there.
Man, he's fast. Once he caught that slant, you know, you saw the corner was really even with him and maybe even ahead of him, and he created a gap real fast and outraced him to the end zone about 40 yards. What a play.
Huge play for Mountain Home. Killer play for Burley. Really hoping to get out of the half with a stop.
Well, Coach Clark told us that Parker would be a big threat and a big part of the game plan. He hadn't touched the ball much till then, but boy, that was a lightning play there. 2-point conversion will come up just a little short. The run by Cade King. He's a sophomore running back, got plenty of size, but he gets pulled down inches short of the goal line, and that'll leave the score at 28-0 with just 1:07 left in the first half of this season opener. Boy, what a big play by Mountain Home to strike quickly on a long pass play.
Yeah, huge to go into the half with this kind of lead.
That play covered about 60 yards on the touchdown to Parker. And the Tigers will kick off to the Bobcats here, and we'll see. If you're Burley, you only got a minute to go in the half. You're way down. Do you come out aggressive throwing the ball, or you just try to get to the locker room at this point?
For me, it all depends on the kickoff right here. If they do one of those short squibs they've been doing and you have good field position, then I would take a couple shots. But if it's a deep kick, I would just go into the half and cut your losses.
We'll see what they do here. It is a short squib kick taken around the 32-yard line by Ryan Jensen, and he is taken down at the 40 with another hard hit. Boy, Ryan Jensen, for a little guy, is taking a lot of hard shots tonight.
He sure is.
Tough player. He gets Burley the ball up around the 41-yard line. So here you are at the 41. We just talked about this. Is the 41 good enough field position that you come out aggressive?
With the score as it is right now, I would take a couple shots, but not anything too crazy.
Loveland's shown he's got a good arm. He can put the ball down the field. He hasn't been extremely accurate on the long throws yet, but he did complete a couple nice passes to Jacob Williams for 15-plus yards, so we'll see if that duo can connect again. He's looking the other way this time. He's got a wide-open receiver. That's Fenstermaker, and he's got all kinds of room, and he's up the sideline, making moves, cutting back to the middle. And right around the 35, he gets wrestled down, and we got a flag on the play. Maybe that'll be a face mask there as he's hauled down at the 35-yard line. What a play. I think the defense was probably thinking Williams, who's been the prime receiver so far. They go the other way to Fenstermaker. He was wide open on that route and went right up the sideline for a huge gain. Hey, you talked about being aggressive. Burley was aggressive. And now you tack on the penalty, and you are in business. 49 seconds to go in the half. 28-0. Burley trying to get on the board here, see if they can create some late magic to end the first half.
If you're Burley, you just got to not kill yourself with the penalties. You got to punch one in here.
Oh. And they do it again. Here they are at the 20-yard line. Every time they've gotten near the red zone, they have short-circuited with penalties, and it happens again. Another tough break for Burley. Little deja vu there. We've seen this script play out a couple times tonight. And that'll push them back to the 25. They've still got time. They've got 49 seconds. The ball at the 25, 1st and 15. Loveland at the 30 awaits the snap. There it is. He's looking to throw. He's got time. He's throwing down the middle. Fenstermaker is open. He catches it, and that's a Burley touchdown. The Bobcats are on the board. Beautiful pass, 30 yards from Loveland to the guy who started the game at quarterback, Trevin Fenstermaker. He hauls that in for a huge touchdown with 44 seconds, and the Bobcats are on the board.
Great management by the Bobcats offense to get something before the half. But there's still time. Let's see if Mountain Home can get something else.
The way this game's going and the way Mountain Home has moved the ball, 44 seconds is plenty of time. That last scoring drive they had only took about 20 seconds, with Parker covering a lot of ground on that slant and taking it to the house. And we see our first extra point try of the night. And that is up. And it is good by 64, Miguel Ruiz, who handles the kicking duties. Lineman for the Bobcats, and he kicks that through the uprights. And it's 28-7 as Burley gets on the board with a much-needed touchdown.
Now they really need to get into the half here with a stop.
So now the shoe is on the other foot. If you're Mountain Home, you're ahead 28-7. You've had success moving the ball. You've had success throwing the ball. Any reason to be conservative here and hand it off a couple times to go to the locker room, or do you come out firing?
You come out firing with the size that you have with Swenson. I think you really play the outsides and throw a couple of lobs and see if he can come down with one.
And we'll see what the Tigers do off the Burley kickoff here. 28-7, 44 seconds to go. Both of these teams, 3 wins last year. Mountain Home had high hopes going into the year. A lot of injuries hindered their season last year for Coach Jim Clark's team. And they're looking to get off to a great start here. They were picked to finish 4th in the conference behind the big trio of Minico, Twin Falls, and Jerome, who always seem to be at the top of the Great Basin 7. But maybe Mountain Home is a team that could shake that up this year based on what we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, Mountain Homes look good. They look big. They look fast. We'll see what they can do.
Ruiz with the kickoff here, and that's going to be an onside kick. And, Burley had a chance at it, but it is recovered by Mountain Home. They were waiting for it to go the requisite 10 yards. They had 3 guys there, and it just seemed like they weren't aggressive enough to grab the ball. And Mountain Home comes up with it. And now Mountain Home has the ball at midfield.
Yeah, that was a really risky play. Mountain Home's offense is firing on all cylinders, and they're only going to take advantage of this field position.
And here they come. Gus Winnings, number 17 at quarterback. Number 18, the big tight end, Justin Swenson, is in there. Number 20, Dylan Yalos had a touchdown earlier, the junior running back. And the Tigers at the 48-yard line of Burley with 42 seconds to go, eager to add to their lead. And there's a quick pass. And that's Jalos, and he gets dragged down around the 45. And a timeout. Mountain Home will take a timeout here to try to save that clock. 32 seconds to go, so they're definitely being aggressive here, not letting that clock run out. They want to get on the board and get to 35 before halftime.
Well, they obviously aren't huge on kicking, Mountain Home, so it's touchdown or bust here.
That is true. I shouldn't have said they're trying to get to 35 because it's either going to be 34 or 36. This is not a team that kicks extra points from what we've seen tonight, but it is a team that has a lot of explosiveness, and they've had a great first half here in Burley with 4 touchdowns 3 different players have scored. Gus Winnings has done a good job. First year starting the junior quarterback, but he looks like a veteran there in game 1. Here come the Tigers from the 45-yard line. 32 seconds to go, and we've got whistles. Looks like an equipment malfunction for a Burley safety there. And they'll get that straightened out, and now we're ready to go. And you see the big tight end, 6'6", 245 to the near side here, Swenson, lined out wide as a receiver, and we've got flags and a false start. A lot of laundry on the field tonight in this opener for both sides. Seems like Mountain Home has had a little more success overcoming those penalties, though, than Burley has.
Yeah, in game 1 of the year, there's often a lot of dumb penalties. Players just a little too excited.
Do you feel like you make the most improvement as a team from that week 1 to week 2 in terms of execution and cleaning that up? Is that typically what you see?
For sure.
So from midfield, Winnings pump fakes. Now he's looking long. Oh, he's got Parker. He's beat the defense. Oh, and it's broken up. Just a little short. He had the defenders beat. If that ball is on the money, he's in for 6. He had to hold up there a little bit, allowed the defense to recover. Nice job by the Burley secondary as 2 Bobcats converge there to knock the ball away. Man, that kid is fast, though. Xavion Parker.
Sure is.
6'4" senior. He has got some wheels. He's already scored once tonight. Taking a short slant to the house. And almost had another one there. 3rd down. 27 seconds to go till halftime. Winnings back to throw. He's under pressure. Looks like he's going to go down. He flips it away last minute. And Slover tries to make something out of nothing there. Number 19, Noah Slover. He gets a few yards. Kind of a dangerous play there as you're going down for the sack to flip that ball away.
It was, but it worked out.
That can often spell disaster, can it? And right there, though, they make something out of nothing. But it brings up a 4th down. So now you've been aggressive. And now you leave 15 seconds on the clock. And probably a punt here for Mountain Home, who has really not had to punt much tonight. This might be their first punt of the night if they come out and punt here. They have had pretty good success moving up and down the field against Burley. They've stalled at times, but they scored on their first drive, got the ball back on a turnover, scored right away, quickly 16-0, and Mountain Home's been in control tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if Mountain Home decides to take one more shot here or if they give the ball right back to Burley on a punt.
And we are blessed to announce that the sun is about down, so it's no longer shining right in our eyes as we watch football tonight. We're grateful for that. On just a beautiful late August night here on IdahoSports.com for Magic Valley Game Night. Mountain Home and Burley is your game of the week here. Mountain Home looks good in the opener. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Down the middle, there's a pass, and it's caught, and that's a 1st down. Here they are on 4th down, late in the clock, and they go for it. So much for punting. Forget punting. Mountain Home's not going to punt. And on the run, Winnings finds his man down the field, and that is a beautiful 1st down play for the Tigers.
I think the only time Mountain Home has ever been on special teams is when they score.
That's true. What a big pickup there. Kind of on the rollout. The receiver had to kind of adjust and turn around to find the ball, but did a great job of finding it, spinning around in traffic, bringing it down, picking up the 1st down, and it's a 1st and 10 with 6 seconds to go. I have a feeling here that either Xavion Parker or Justin Swenson may just be involved in this play.
Yeah, or they use them as decoys and go to someone else, but this should be the last play if it's a long pass, or do they decide to go for a quick out and try to get a little bit closer to the end zone?
They're around the 33-yard line is where the Tigers are with 6 seconds left in the first half of play. They lead 28-7. And they are looking to add to that. This really is a big play for Burley because how demoralizing would it be for the Bobcats to give up a touchdown last play of the half and go down, 34 or 36-7. If they can get a stop here, they come out, I believe Burley gets the ball to start the second half, and maybe they can start to get back in this thing.
Yeah, their offense just scored, maybe get some momentum going into the half, but if Mountain Home scores here, that would just destroy all that momentum.
And it looks like the Burley offense has found a good connection in Loveland and Fenstermaker. They've hooked up a couple times and done a good job. So here's that last play of the half. Swenson's actually in at quarterback. He throws it down the middle, incomplete. We still have 4 seconds to go. That clock must have been slow starting. That was the longest second and a half I've ever seen. Somehow there's 4.4 seconds to go still when there was about 6 to start that play.
Mountain Home trying a little trick play there.
Yeah, Coach Clark told us that Swenson might see some time at quarterback. They put him in there. What do you think of that decision? Winnings has played well. He's thrown the ball well. He's been on target. What do you think about a little trickeration there?
Well, it never hurts to catch a defense off guard, and then I think that's what Mountain Home was trying to do in the last seconds of the half. But Burley stayed true and did well on defense.
So we get another chance here with 4 seconds to go in the half, and Winnings the quick screen, and that is dropped. That ball is dropped. That was a forward pass. They're letting them scramble for it, and that is going to end the first half of play as that ball bounces around. I'm not sure why the clock didn't stop there. It was a forward pass, but they let it bounce around and let the clock run out, and that brings us to intermission with the score Mountain Home 28, Burley 7 here in our Magic Valley Game Night season opener on IdahoSports.com. It's been a great one so far in the first half.
Yeah, Mountain Home really firing on all cylinders. Let's see if Burley can climb their way back into this game.
I think the Bobcats found something on that last drive, and as they come out to start the second half, it'll be exciting to see if they can get some momentum going on offense themselves, get another score on the board, and make this a game. Keep this second half pretty exciting. We appreciate you joining us here on IdahoSports.com. We'll go to a break. We'll be back shortly as we review a great first half and look forward to the second half on IdahoSports.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley Agronomics, and if you want to maximize your yields and grow more, the country's best agronomists are here to answer your questions, help you find the right products, and take advantage of the newest technologies. Whether you farm 1,000 acres or you're just starting out, we will be here for everything you need to help your farm grow. We're proud to employ your neighbors and be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley Agronomics, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome back here on IdahoSports.com as we prep for the second half. Great night of high school football going on around the state. A couple scores of interest in addition to our score here. Mountain Home, of course, up 28-7 at halftime. The Twin Falls Bruins are at home tonight against Valley View, and they're up 14-6 at the break. Minico has a 12-8 lead on Bonneville. The Jerome Tigers, last year's defending champions here in the Great Basin 7, they lead Gooding 3-0. A little bit of surprise score there. Gooding, very talented team. A tight end heading to Michigan, who was recruited by Alabama, and they're shut out so far. 3-0 Jerome leading Gooding. Gooding, of course, a 3A team, but a very good 3A team. Middleton is blowing out Elko, Nevada, 33-7. Sandpoint leads Post Falls 7-0. A few other games going on tonight. Canyon Ridge and Wood River are tangling in a battle of teams that finished at the bottom of the conference last year, so it'll be nice for one of them to get off to a win to start the season. We're getting ready here to kick off the third quarter. Just another minute or so. Takeaways from the first half. 28-7 Mountain Home. What stands out to you about what we watched in those first 24 minutes of play?
Well, Burley has got to stop killing themselves when they have good productive drives. They gotta really hone in on their discipline and stop having penalties.
Last year, Mountain Home was 3-3 in conference. Burley was 2-4 a year ago. Both hoping for a good start, and obviously so far Mountain Home, the team that's gotten off to that better start. This looks like a team. It's night one, and who knows where Burley will wind up as a team this year. But on opening night, Mountain Home looks like a team that could contend for the Great Basin 7 title. Thoughts?
Yeah, they've looked really good so far. They got a lot of size. They're well coached. They could pull it off this year, dethrone the usual champions of Minico, Twin Falls, and Jerome.
And all three of those teams are winning tonight, so it looks like they're off to good starts. Minico, of course, got a win last week playing Century, a week ahead of everyone else, and they got a big home win over Century. And now tonight they are winning again, but it's a close one with Bonneville 12-8. The Spartans are ahead. Twin Falls up 14-6 on Valley View, as we mentioned, and Jerome beating Gooding at home. So some great games going on across the conference, and we've got a dandy right here. The Mountain Home Tigers 28, the Burley Bobcats 7. As we get ready for the second half of play, the clock's ticking down to zeros, and we will get ready to go here in the third quarter. If you're Burley and you're down 28-7, Carter, what kind of adjustments are you looking for here in the second half?
Well, in the end of that first half, they really established good consistency with the passing game. So I think that they should come out throwing, come out trying to catch Mountain Home off guard. They've been trying to establish the run game, but Mountain Home's defensive line isn't really letting them get much. So I think that they come out throwing and try to get some big momentum plays.
Once they made the switch from Fenstermaker at quarterback, he started the game. Trevin Fenstermaker, the senior, who's listed as a wide receiver, he started at quarterback. Second quarter, Caleb Loveland, who's listed as the quarterback on the roster, he came in, and he really seemed to get things going and actually hooked up with Fenstermaker on a couple of long plays, including their lone touchdown. Mountain Home is going to kick off for the third quarter to begin. We've got number 32, Taylor Pearson, who made a couple nice plays there in the first half. He will kick the ball off for the Tigers. And Burley, key opportunity here to get back in this football game, trailing by 3 scores. There's the kick, one of the deeper kicks we've seen today. That gets past all the Burley players and rolls out of the back of the end zone as Ryan Jensen is unable to keep up with it. Burley will come out to the 20 to start this opening drive. It's pretty rare tonight, at least, that we've had a drive start at the 20. Most of the time tonight, these teams have been taking the ball over from each other, either at midfield or in the other team's territory on turnovers. Haven't seen a team really drive 80 yards since Mountain Home's opening drive of the game.
Yeah, Mountain Home obviously talked about not giving Burley good field position with the lead that they have, so probably see a lot more deeper kicks this second half.
Well, we're excited to get this third quarter going for you here on IdahoSports.com. Magic Valley Game Night. Mike Christensen alongside Carter Christensen bringing you this ball game tonight on IdahoSports.com. We're grateful for our great sponsors who sponsoring tonight. including Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab Tire Center, and Stuker Jewelers in Mountain Home. There is the snap to Loveland. He hands it off in a ton of room for Ramos. He comes around the outside. He's got a first down and then some. Beautiful run. Preston Ramos, we hyped him up in the pregame as someone we expected a lot from tonight. He starts this quarter the way he started his first touch with a first down run, and Preston Ramos has the Bobcats moving down the field to the 35-yard line.
Really nice play to start things off for Burley.
They blocked that outside run pretty well, and there was a lot of room on that play. They go right back to Ramos. He heads the other direction. He's heading backwards, and he's going to be taken down, saddled down, and ridden down in the backfield by number 30, James Sable. What a play by James Sable. He almost hopped on his back like riding a horse and took him down to the ground, and a big loss. So Burley gets a great first down to start the half, and then a negative play. And that's kind of been the story for them most of the night, is it's been hard for them to string together enough good plays to score enough to stay in this game.
Yeah, they got to try to establish some consistency and start to drive the ball down the field.
Third quarter here in Burley, 28-7, Mountain Home leads. There's a pass down the field, and that sails wide of the intended target, Khalil Schroeder. First time we called his name tonight. He was open against that zone defense. There was definitely a hole in that defense, but the pass was wide, and there's a flag. Next verse, same as the first for the Bobcats tonight, as they are heading the wrong direction again. And some frustration coming from that Burley fan section. They don't appreciate that flag. 10 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. Mountain Home 28, Burley 7. This is your IdahoSports.com Magic Valley game night. And we're excited to bring it to you. A lot of great games taking place tonight on IdahoSports.com and tomorrow, so make sure you check out the great Saturday lineup of games this week. So we had 3 straight days of games on IdahoSports.com, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a busy Friday night here, including this one. There's the handoff. That's going nowhere. Swenson, Clark, and company making up that D-line. Take him down. Number 76, Dimitri Munoz, was in on that play for the Tigers. They have got a big defensive front, and they have made the sledding pretty tough for Burley up the middle. You know, really, if you're the Bobcats, you've had success 2 ways. You've had success running to the outside. You've had success throwing the ball. You wonder if we'll start to see more of those 2 things in this half. You got to try and keep them honest, I guess, running that ball up the middle, but that is not working so far. Loveland, he's got time. He's back to throw. He fires the ball. He's got Fenstermaker, and he just overthrows him by a hair as he comes to the near sideline here, as the Bobcats go right to left in front of us. And that falls incomplete and brings up 4th down and 25.
Yeah, if you're Burley, you really want to try to establish something in the passing game and the outside run game, because if you get a consistent outside run game and passing game going, it really opens up the inside run game. But right now, Mountain Home's just keying in on the inside run, and they're not getting much.
So it's a punting situation. We got a different punter in here for Burley, and a little rugby-style punt by Ryan Jensen. It'll roll just past midfield where it's down by the Bobcats, and Mountain Home will take over with a big lead and great field position at the 48-yard line. And, boy, they are in business. They're going to mark that down. It looks like the 49, so just a yard short of midfield. And Mountain Home in business, looking to add to their lead as they come out with this big offensive line and some big targets. Those big guys up front, 77. Stiegelmeyer has had a great game tonight. Of course, Gunnar Clark at the center. And this Mountain Home team has done a really nice job blocking the ball up front, giving Winnings time to run and throw. And here to the near side is Xavion Parker, number 13, outstanding receiver who scored in the first half. He's got some one-on-one coverage out there against Jacob Williams, who's done a good job but has had his hands full. And here comes the direct snap, and that goes nowhere. Noah Slover, one of 2 main backs that the Tigers use as they rotate guys in and out. Slover and Lauren Wright have seen most of the carries. So as we have a pause, we remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab Tire Center. Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab Tire Center in Rupert. Manager Lane Rutschke and his crew are committed to getting you back on the road safely. Les Schwab doing the right thing since 1952. Give them a call today, 208-436-5600, or stop by 109 South, 100 West in Rupert. Here's another direct snap. Quick run up the middle. And a short gain will bring up third down and about 10. Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab and Rupert is a proud supporter of Minico Spartan Athletics, and the Minico Spartans playing tonight, leading Bonneville 12-8. But here, their rival Burley is trailing 28-7 to the Mountain Home Tigers. Stuker Jewelers in Mountain Home is a proud supporter of the Mountain Home football team, known for their fine craftsmanship, custom-made rings, and assorted jewelry pieces crafted in store by their master jewelers. You will want to check out Stuker Jewelers at 150 North 2nd East Avenue in Mountain Home. Stuker Jewelers, creating custom memories. Good luck, boys. And so far, the Tigers have had good luck, building a 28-7 lead at halftime. We are into the third quarter with 8:13 to go. And here comes the snap on third down. On the jet sweep, going nowhere. Number 16 is taken down. Nice job by the Burley defense, swarming to make that tackle. A host of Bobcats there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Will we see Mountain Home punt?
With the lead that they have, I don't think that they want to give Burley a chance to get back into the game, which good field position is a very key aspect to get teams back into the game. So I think punting would be a good decision here. Of course, Mountain Home has had a lot of success, so you never know.
Yeah, they have been pretty reticent to punt, even in clear punting situations, but it's paid off for them so far. But it looks like they are lined up to punt here on 4th and long. And the pressure comes, and a short, wobbly kick gets out. And inside the Burley 40, around the 39, that ball is going to be downed. And Burley will get pretty good field position. So maybe that's why Mountain Home doesn't lean to punt much, but the pressure really came through that line. Almost blocked that thing. He's lucky he got that off. And Burley will take over at their own 39-yard line with an uphill battle ahead of him. A big hill to climb tonight, but comebacks make football great. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, if they score right here, they only down 2 scores with almost a quarter and a half to go.
Yeah, 7:15 to go, third quarter, as they take over. There's a fake this time. Loveland fakes the handoff to Ramos and then finds a little room, and he's driven to the ground by the Tigers. Number 40, Mason Scoville. Part of that swarm of Tigers bringing him to the turf. Picks up 3 or 4 yards on that first down. If you're Burley, you just want to have a successful drive. Get down the field, avoid penalties. They have piled up the penalties in key situations. Each time they've gotten in the red zone, it seems like they get to the 15 or 20-yard line and they short circuit. So we'll see if they can have a successful drive here and complete it, execute all the way down the field. They've executed fairly well at times between the 20s. There's a handoff going up the middle. Nice run for a first down. The Burley Bobcats marching up the middle is number 21 for Burley. Colin Roberts, his first touch of the night. And he makes it count with a really solid run. And that puts Burley into Mountain Home territory. Well, we got a gorgeous night here. You can see that sunset, all the colors in the sky on this beautiful August night. Great night for football. Can't beat this weather. And we'll see if the Bobcats can make it a night to remember as they try to come back in their home opener. There's the snap. And the ball is bobbled this time. Roberts can't hang on to the handoff. They fake the fly sweep there and then handed it off the other way. Almost kind of some Mountain Home misdirection there. But the execution coming up a little short there as they put it on the turf.
Burley just shooting themselves in the foot again after getting a pretty good drive. Let's see if they can salvage it with a big second down.
So if you're the Bobcats and you know you got to sit with coaches and watch film on Saturday, are you already thinking, about a few plays where you know you're going to have a long Saturday morning?
Yeah. There's been a lot of penalties that could have been avoided. I think that's something that the Burley coaches are going to harp on because a lot of those penalties killed a lot of their drives.
A lot of pre-snap penalties, really, that are unnecessary, just false starts and things of that nature. But a nice play there. Brings up 3rd and short. Good pass play. Loveland connects with his receiver, and they are on the march. Burley driving. They're inside the 40 at the 39-yard line with a key 3rd down, 3rd and 1 yard to go as they try to look for their second score of the night. Loveland under center this time. We've seen a little bit of that, but not a whole lot. He's got Roberts behind him. He runs right up the middle on the sneak, and it's successful. Picks up several yards down near the 35, and that's a first down for the Burley Bobcats, who are stringing together several first downs on this drive.
See if they can sustain this drive and put some points on the board.
They've eaten up a lot of the third quarter clock here. There's 5:05 to go in the third quarter. Burley had one really successful drive late in the half that helped them get on the board, but Mountain Home struck right back with a touchdown. And been a tough night for Burley as they try to stay in this one against a pretty explosive Mountain Home team. But Burley on the drive now, and they've settled in. There's a long pass. He's wide open. It's Jacob Williams, and that's a touchdown for the Burley Bobcats. A 35-yard touchdown pass from Loveland to Williams. Williams was wide open. You could see him get behind the defense and almost just wave his hands in the air like, hey, there is no one near me. Loveland found him with a beautiful pass, and Burley scores and strikes quick.
This was a huge play for Burley. Now it's only a 2-score game. If their defense can get a stop here, they could really make a go at this comeback.
Looks like Burley's going to come out and kick the PAT here. Ruiz is out there again. Successful on his first try tonight. See if he can go 2 for 2 here as he tries to make it 28-14. Low snap. It's a fake. He picks it up. It's Fenstermaker. He's in trouble. He's running backwards. He's still on his feet somehow, but finally dragged down around the 25. Don't know if that was a purposeful fake there or if that was a bad snap. It almost looked like the snap rolled back a little on the turf as it got to him. He may have panicked and picked that up. If you think about our score, though, Carter, it's 28-13. That missed extra point could come back to be really big because now Burley's got to go for 2 later in the game if they get a chance to even this score.
Yeah, it's a huge extra point. Just everything starts with the snap.
.439 to go, third quarter here in Burley, as they celebrate with some fireworks. We just had some fireworks on the field, a beautiful pass from Loveland to Williams, who is a very explosive player going both ways. 28-13, 4:39 to go, third quarter. Burley first to strike here in the second half, and they're ready to kick off. Here's Ruiz. And he boots it deep, a nice kick. As Mountain Home retreating, they bobble the snap. It's picked up inside the 20. He's going to be wrestled down just outside the 20-yard line. Pretty decent return for Mountain Home considering the bobble, and they'll take over around the 22-yard line. I believe Slover on the right on the return there. Big drive for the Burley defense as they try to get some momentum, get back in this game. They just scored. They're feeling good about themselves. Can they get a stop against a pretty explosive Mountain Home offense?
Yeah, this is a huge defensive possession for Burley. And can Mountain Home put this game out of reach?
You know, you think probably one more score. If they get another touchdown, they probably got a gap that's going to be really tough to make up. So we've got a penalty there that's going to move the ball back almost to the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll start this drive around the 11 with 4:32 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, if Mountain Home scores again, time is not on their side with the third quarter almost coming to an end.
Yeah, if you're Burley, you really got to get a stop here and get the ball back and hope to maybe score before the quarter's over. to make it a single-score game going into the fourth. Then it's anybody's ball game. Oh, man, multiple handoffs in the backfield, and there's a nice play around the outside, and this is going to be a big gainer for the Tigers. Outside the 30, almost to the 35. There was like 3 handoffs on that play in the backfield. Little reverse, and it worked well. But we have got laundry on the field, as has been a theme. Usually at our house, Saturday's laundry day, but here at Burley High, Friday night is laundry day. Lots of flags on the field tonight, and that one is going to take away a really big play for Mountain Home.
Yeah, this was a huge penalty, but great for Burley. Gives them another shot to get a stop and get the ball back to their offense.
Very true. And I just told a lie, because really with the size of family we have at our house, every day is laundry day, including Friday. Mountain Home comes out here, and we'll see what they can make of this long yardage situation. 1st and 12 from the 9-yard line with 4:07 left in this quarter. Clock is running. And there's a snap to Winnings. He's had a great game. He's got room. He's got tons of room. He's coming to the near side. He gets a nice block. They're going to call that a block in the back, though. He's going to get all the way to midfield, but that block is going to negate a lot of that. Boy, there was a ton of room up that side, and just an unfortunate block on the outside, blocking a Burley DB in the back, right in front of the receiver in open space. I don't know that he clearly got him in the back. It looked like a pretty good block from here live, but the ref threw the flag, the official threw the flag immediately.
Burley's really getting bailed out with these penalties. Mountain Home back-to-back huge plays.
That is true. They've had 2 big plays, both negated by flags, and they are going the wrong direction, which was kind of the theme Burley had much of the first half. Now it seems like Burley's executing better, and Mountain Home starting to show some struggles. These teams have traded personalities at halftime. We'll see if Mountain Home can find it. They're still an explosive team. They're just hurting themselves with penalties. But what a big gain there. Winnings had so much room. That offensive line really did a great job there. You could have driven a truck through that hole, and we're not even joking. Here we go. 1st down again after the penalty. And we're going to have another pre-snap penalty on Mountain Home. Movement before the snap. Boy, 3 flags on this drive for the Tigers. And they're starting to run out of real estate.
If you're Burley, it would be huge to come up with a safety here. Keep backing them up, get them in their own end zone.
Right now the ball is around the 9-yard line. So barring a big mistake for Mountain Home, a safety is unlikely, but they keep going backwards. So that possibility does exist. Winnings awaits the snap, man in motion. He hands off, fakes to the man in motion, and fires the pass up the field, and it is complete to Swenson, who's had a great night for the Tigers, and he's got another catch and another 1st down for Mountain Home. So despite 3 penalties on this drive, they pick up the 1st down here in the 3rd quarter. There's 3 minutes, 19 seconds to go, and a 28-13 lead for the visiting Tigers of Mountain Home in their white, orange, and black. The Burley Bobcats in the green. We've got a player shaken up for Burley, and so a pause in the action here. Looks like number 83 for the Bobcats shaken up a little, but he's up and heading towards the sideline. That is Benjamin Robles. Shaken up there, but he'll jog off under his own power, so that's good to see. You know, we saw the one injury in the first half to Ryan Jensen, who returned to the game. So it's been good to see. It's been a fairly clean game as far as injuries. No one's been knocked out for the game that we have seen so far.
Yeah, it's nice to see a good, clean game.
Not so clean in the penalty department, but we'll see if they can clean that up as they head down the home stretch here. Nice run by Winnings Winnings with a handoff. And a short game for the Tigers. Lauren Wright takes that handoff up to the 29-yard line, and we've got a 2nd down as we're in the waning minutes of the 3rd quarter. Under 3 to play. Really is a competitive game now here on IdahoSports.com with our game of the week. We're excited to see a good one here. between two teams looking to get their season started right. Oh, there's a fumble. It's on the turf. It's bouncing around still, and Burley's going to come up with that football, and that is the huge play that the Burley defense needed. Mountain Home was moving the football. Slover had the ball, had a nice gain, and somehow that was punched out from behind by Burley, and that ball bounced around for several seconds, kicked around, bounced around, and finally recovered.
Yeah, way to attack the football by the Burley defense and come up with a game-changing play. Burley gets the ball back in good field position, and they have a chance to make this a one-score game.
28-13, Mountain Home leads Burley, but the Bobcats with the momentum. They've got the only score of the second half, and they've got the football inside Mountain Home territory at the 38-yard line. Boy, if they can turn this into a score to end the third quarter, we've got ourselves a ball game. There's 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the third as Mountain Home takes over at the 38. And Loveland is under center. He's had a great game since coming in the second quarter. He's looking to throw again. He heaves it down the field. Williams is there. He comes back for it, and they're going to say incomplete. Looks like he trapped that one. Couldn't quite get back to it. Loveland took a shot as he threw that ball, and it sailed on him a little bit. Williams tried to make the adjustment, but just couldn't get back to the football. So incomplete there on 1st and 10, but they're coming out swinging, taking a shot right off the bat. That's how they scored earlier in this half, was Loveland finding Williams down the sideline, getting behind the defense. Pretty good coverage that time. The ball just a little underthrown. 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats from the 38-yard line on what could shape up to be one of the biggest drives of the night as Burley looks to get back in this football game. Loveland with the clap of the hands it off to Ramos. He's up the right side. Anytime he gets to the outside, he's been explosive, and he has a nice run down near the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 31. But a good gain on 2nd down. He is quick when he gets in the open field. Very quick, very shifty.
Yeah, when Burley's offensive line is able to seal that outside, he becomes very dangerous.
A nice job there by the line. He had plenty of room once he got to the outside. He has not had much success up the middle. Burley as a team is not, but when they can get in space, they've got some great skill players, some great athletes, and Ramos, one of the elite athletes on this football team for Burley, and he is in the backfield again there, but that's just a quick quarterback sneak. Coming up under center, Loveland takes the ball, forges ahead. Kind of interesting on a 3rd and 5 that they run a quarterback sneak. Picked up about half the yards they needed. Maybe even closer. Maybe they're going to measure this. Pretty successful sneak. Just kind of came up under center, took a quick snap, and forged his way up the middle. And Burley looking to keep this drive alive, and they are close to a 1st down. We only have 1:36 to go here in the third quarter, so the third winding away quickly. But Burley is on the move, and they may have another 1st down as the sticks come out for the measurement. What have you thought tonight about the play of Burley quarterback Caleb Loveland? We didn't see him in the first quarter, but since he came in,
he's looked good. Ever since he's came in, he's had plenty of time. He's been able to make some deep throws. The Mountain Home secondary has done pretty well so far, containing the deep plays, but so far he's been pretty accurate.
They had the one touchdown play get behind him here earlier in the third quarter. They got it to 28-13. The measurement there comes up just a little short. It's going to be a 4th down for the Bobcats, just 4th in inches, maybe 4 inches short. And Burley's going to go for this 4th down here inside the 30-yard line. The ball is at the 28. Burley trails by 2 touchdowns, and they are desperate to pick up this 4th down conversion on 4th and inches. They come to the line. We'll see if it's another quarterback sneak for Loveland. He's got Ramos behind him. Oh, and they draw him off sides. A hard count. Great play by Loveland. Gave him the hard count. The Tigers jump, and that's the easy way to pick up 4th and inches right there.
It sure is. On those 4th and short plays, a lot of coaches like to just see if they can draw the defense off sides first before running a play.
Successful that time with 1:05 to go. We're a running clock here. We're running under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Burley on the comeback trail. They're at the 23-yard line with a 1st and 10, trying to finish off a successful drive after the turnover. Remember that Mountain Home fumble set them up. And Burley got the ball back in Tiger territory, and they have taken advantage so far. Can they finish the drive? This is the area of the field where they've struggled, and we've got a timeout. They just about drew Mountain Home off again. Mountain Home jumped again, but a timeout before the offsides. And Burley takes a timeout to make sure they've got the right play here. This is really key. What do you think they're going to talk about in this timeout? This is the area of the field, Carter, where they have fallen apart with turnovers, penalties, and negative plays.
I think right now you got to tell your offensive line, put your head down, get your hand in the dirt, and drive as hard as you can, pick up this first down.
So big play for the Bobcats at the 23-yard line. They've got a 1st and 10, and they've only got 40 seconds to go in this quarter. If they can get it to a one-score game going into the fourth, though, we've got an exciting fourth quarter. We told you we had a dandy on our hands, and if Burley can punch this in, boy, it'll live up to that. It looks like a great game. Mountain Home dominated early, but definitely evened off here as we've gotten further into the game. Great crowd for the Bobcats in their home opener. And really, Mountain Home has a great visitor section here tonight in front of us. Wonderful crowd. People excited for football after a long summer. Everyone's anxious for football, and they're all here tonight for a great night of it. As the Bobcats 1st and 10. Ramos again, deep in the backfield behind Loveland, who's under center. Loveland pitches the ball back to Ramos. He's getting to the outside, but this time he finds some tough sledding, and he's taken down by the Mountain Home defense. Swenson in on that play, along with Pearson. They've both made several tackles tonight for the Tigers, and good job there. Richard Wrench, number 14, was also in on that, was the first guy there, and almost had a chance to strip that football away. Kind of went for the strip instead of the tackle. His teammates were there to finish things off. And that's going to take us to the end of an exciting third quarter. Burley, the lone scorer in the quarter, as they get within 28-13. And 3 quarters are in the books. Mountain Home 28, Burley 13. And we'll be back here in just a moment on IdahoSports.com.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Burley, Idaho, as we start the fourth quarter. The Bobcats with the handoff around the outside. Nice run there by number 15, Gabriel Garcia. And we're just underway in an exciting game here in Mountain Home. Burley looking to finish off this drive after a fumble by Mountain Home gave them the ball back at the 38-yard line. And if Burley can score here, they are right back in this football game after trailing by 3 scores early, down 22-0. And here they come. And a nice run up the middle. That's Ramos, an explosive play up the middle. And Burley is knocking on the door inside the 10-yard line. Ramos excited, clapping hands, flexing a little bit. Ready to finish off this drive for Burley.
Yeah, nice hole up the middle. First time they've really had success running up the middle.
Yeah. It's been a tough night for him that way, but Ramos found some room. Preston Ramos, senior running back. He's 5'9", 165. He's quick. And nice run there. He gets the ball down to the 10-yard line where it is 1st and goal right at the 10. We've got 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Loveland's going to take it on the quarterback draw, and he won't get anywhere that time as Swenson and Clark wrestle him to the turf. Second and goal for the Bobcats. They pick up maybe a yard on that quarterback keeper. If you're Mountain Home and you're on the defensive side here, Carter, your backs are against the wall. You had a big lead. That lead is disappearing. How big would be getting a stop here in the red zone for the Tigers?
Oh, it would be huge. It would really kind of make it a lot harder for Burley to come back. A score here really opens up the game for Burley.
And the Bobcats have had a lot of trouble in the red zone with execution. And we get a flag here. But that one's actually on Mountain Home, so that's going to move the ball closer. Looks like maybe offsides on the Tigers. And Burley is in business inside the 5-yard line. Second and goal for the Bobcats. Well, what a great second half we've had as Burley has bounced back from a really slow start. They had 2 times their punt went over the punter's head. The snap was high, and one led to a blocked punt, one led to a fumble, and Mountain Home took advantage to take charge, but Burley has bounced back. Loveland with a beautiful fake. He's got a man wide open in the back of the end zone, and that is a touchdown for the Burley Bobcats. And Burley is right back in this football game. Khalil Schroeder, number 6, with the touchdown. What a fake by Loveland. I think he faked out the Mountain Home defense entirely there as he rolled out after the fake handoff. And nice patience, finds his man crossing the back of the end zone. And Burley is back in this football game, 28-19.
Now let's see if Burley decides to go for a 2-point conversion to get that point they lost back, or if they just kick the extra point.
You know, that's a tough decision here.
Still a lot of fourth quarter left, so
you're down 9. Really important to get those points here. If you kick the extra point, you're within a touchdown and a 2-point try. You've got to get the 2-point try at some point. They're going to go for it right here. Loveland in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He finds his man wide open, and that is going to be a successful 2-point pass. Fenstermaker, who scored earlier in the game, coming out wide open. Beautiful route on the out route, and the defense nowhere to be seen, and that's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Burley right back in this football game. 9 minutes, 59 seconds left. We're under 10 minutes to go here in Burley. Great Basin Conference season opener, Great Basin 7. Both these teams looking to get off to a good start. And considering that Mountain Home led this game 22-0, are you surprised we've got a single-score game going down the stretch?
Well, early on, Burley was often they had a lot of early mistakes. Burley's really settled down, stuck to their strengths, played their game plan, and they've climbed their way back into this game.
Great job by the Bobcats. It really looked like they were overmatched early. Mountain Home's size and speed, execution trouble for Burley, and they have found the way to get back in this football game, take advantage of some Mountain Home mistakes. Now it's the Tigers who are piling up the flags, piling up the turnovers, and we've got a football game here. 9:59 to go, 28-21, as Ruiz prepares to kick off for the Burley Bobcats. And there's the kick from the 40-yard line. Nice high spinning kick, and Mountain Home a hard time handling that. Finally picks it up and swarmed under number 20, Dylan Jalos.
I think Burley might have recovered that.
Wow. Well, that was a high spinning kick, and the way it came down, it was hard to handle. It took him forever to be able to pick that up off the turf and grab it.
No, looks like Mountain Home got it.
They hung on to that football, but big hit there by the Burley special teams. And at the 15-yard line, Mountain Home keeps the ball. They're clinging to a 7-point lead. Big drive for them. All the momentum on Burley's side. If you're Mountain Home, you've got to have a successful drive. Eat some clock. See if you can score to put this one away. Little confusion for the Tigers as they have a player coming on late. But here they go, Winnings in that shotgun. Several backs in the backfield with him. He's going to run it again. He's got room. But the Burley defense swarms and takes him down. But a nice gain on first down. That's a good positive for the Tigers. No flags on the field. They pick up some yards. See if they can move the ball after starting with poor field position there. So we're going to do that first down over again, and Mountain Home goes backwards. So much for no flags on the field. Didn't see one there initially, but there is a flag on the Tigers. They can't seem to get out of their own way in the second half. That previous drive they had 3 penalties in a row, 2 of which wiped out huge plays. And they're doing it again, going backwards.
Yeah, they got to settle down and get back to their strengths, which have been Swenson and the run game.
9:20 to go in this fourth quarter. There's the handoff, and that's going nowhere. Noah Slover taken down. Kind of a little bobble on the handoff. Strange handoff there. He kind of turned off and handed it off up high, and not a clean handoff, and Burley makes the tackle. It's going to be second and long. Second and 16 yards to go around the 10-yard line. For everything Mountain Home had going right in the first half, the second half has just not been theirs. We'll see if they've got a big play in them here. Xavion Parker, the talented receiver, is to the far side. 2 receivers to the near side. And Winnings awaits the snap. There it comes. Quick pass is bobbled, knocked away, bounced in the air, picked up by a lineman, and he's tackled. What a crazy play. That ball sailed in the air, bounced off the receiver, got kicked by somebody into the air, and grabbed by Mountain Home. Looked like Gunnar Clark, the center. Not often after the snap that the center gets to touch the ball, but there he gets a second chance at it, taken down there. And this drive is going nowhere fast for Mountain Home. They've got 8 minutes and a 7-point lead. Hoping to salt this one away, but they need a good drive here. 3rd and 16 from the 9-yard line.
Burley's defense has done a great job of keeping Mountain Home contained and not allowing any big plays.
See if Winnings can make one here. He spins, hands it off on the reverse, and there's all kinds of room, but he falls down. Tough break for the Tigers. An incredible fake. The misdirection of this offense is outstanding. And he was all by himself on that side of the field. No defender within 15 or 20 yards. And the turf monster got him. And down he goes, and he's hurting. 28-21. And he'll hop off the field there. Number 20, Dylan Jalos. He's made some good plays tonight. He's a quick player. And maybe the field being so open almost gets in your head there sometimes. You got so much room in front of you, you want to make a play, and he just lost his footing and stumbled.
Yeah, sometimes you just get ahead of yourself.
I've done that in life a few times. So he's down on the sideline being looked at, stretched out by the trainers. Maybe the issue was a cramp or something like that. Maybe he sprained his ankle there on that stumble, but he's down on the sideline being worked on. And the Tigers are facing a 4th and forever from their own 13.
I think Mountain Home's going to have to punt this one.
They have tried to avoid punting most of the night. Their last punt only covered about 15 yards. So if they have a poor punt here, or if Burley can block this punt, boy, that would be huge. Here comes the snap on 4th and 14. Winnings claps his hands. It's going to be a fake. He's going to throw it up the middle to Parker. He catches it. He's lit up. And I think he held on to that football. That's going to be a first down for the Mountain Home Tigers. You were wrong, Carter. That was not a punting situation for the Tigers. Turns out inside your own 10, it's time to throw the football.
Yep. Great execution.
And now what's the call? Are they going to mark it short? They're going to mark it short. Parker came on the slant, caught the ball in traffic, bobbled it. Looked like he had a first down. And Mountain Home was celebrating, but now with the spot, they are going to turn it over to Burley. What a change in fortunes. Here you think you have a 4th down conversion to Parker, and instead it's half a yard short, and the ball goes to Burley at the 25.
That's why it might have been safer to punt it.
As soon as they snapped that ball to Winnings, looked like he was going to punt, and then he grabbed that ball, threw it right down the field. Brave decision, and it didn't work out for the Tigers in the end. And they're wide open. Oh, that could have been the game-tying touchdown. The ball just a little short, but all by himself for the Bobcats. Number 13, Noah Strunk, along the sideline, had to reach down low for it and couldn't quite pick it up. Oh, tough break for the Bobcats. He was wide open. He would have waltzed into the end zone if he pulls that in.
He would have.
7:12 to go as the clock stops with the incomplete pass. The Bobcats have 21 points. They need another touchdown to catch the Tigers, who have 28 here on the opening night of the season. Great comeback by Burley. After really falling in a deep hole early, they have a chance to tie the game here in the 4th quarter. 7:12 to go. Loveland claps for the ball. Back comes the snap. He's got time. He throws it out wide and low and incomplete. Looking for Gabriel Garcia, and he has a hard time picking that one up. But boy, Burley, if they're unable to score on this possession, they're going to look back at that incompletion to a wide open receiver. Strunk all by himself, and the ball was just a little short. He tried to bend and reach and get back to it. Got it into his hands, but couldn't haul it in there. Tough break for Burley. But their comeback chances are still alive as Loveland comes back to the huddle, and they come out for a key 3rd and 10 from the 24. Caleb Loveland's had a solid game tonight. He hands it off to Ramos. Ramos has some room. Ramos is going to get a first down. And the Bobcat sideline is on their feet. They're loving it. Preston Ramos, the shifty running back. The senior finds his way for a first down. What a play for the Bobcats, who are knocking on the door with a chance to tie. When this game was 22-0 in the 2nd quarter, didn't necessarily think this one was going to go down to the wire. There's a snap. Loveland will take it himself, and he is going to be wrestled down in the backfield. Great job by the Mountain Home defense, coming up big there. Big tackle. 76, Dimitri Munoz makes the play there. Bobcats with a 2nd and 12 from the 12. Or from the 14, excuse me. 2nd and 12 from the 14-yard line. The clock is running. It's now down to 6 minutes and 15 seconds as the Bobcats come to the line, looking to tie this game on the opening night of the season. Loveland in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it to Ramos. He's got some room in the open. He's trying to get to the outside. He gets around the outside, and he is swarmed and tackled out. He's going to pick up a couple of yards there. Not a lot of room. And we've got a late flag on the play. Would you say we've had a plethora of flags tonight, Carter?
We have.
Yeah, that was a bad one. You don't have to shake your head too hard at me for that one, but I deserve that. That was a bad one. A plethora of flags tonight. Much rather have a plethora of piñatas. I went there. Sorry. Three Amigos is one of the 10 best movies ever made. Not as good as What About Bob, but right up there. We'll see if the Burley Bobcats can knot up this game. 5:55 to go. The clock stops. After that play and penalty, it's 28-21 here in the 4th quarter. What a great opening night of football, a conference clash. Two teams trying to get their season off to a great start, and what a comeback by Burley to make this a football game after a really bad start. There's the handoff to Jensen. He's tiny, but he's quick, but he can't get around the outside, and he is wrestled down on 2nd and 12 from the 14. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long. What do you do here if you're Burley? You've tried a couple running plays. You've had some success, but now you've been stopped a couple times. Maybe the play of the game here coming up on third down. What would you do, Carter, in this situation?
I might try some trickeration. Try something Mountain Home hasn't seen yet tonight. Maybe try to catch him off guard.
We'll see if they come up with any misdirection, reverses, or anything else. Here, it looks like it's going to be a straight drop back for Loveland. He's got a man there, and it's incomplete. Just off the fingertips of Khalil Schroeder, the receiver, who's been part of the action a couple times tonight. Schroeder couldn't quite get that ball. Pass a little low, a little wide. Loveland's had a pretty good night, but he's been off target on a couple here lately that could have been scores for the Bobcats. But he's had a solid football game and looking to have a big fourth down play here. Caleb Loveland, junior quarterback.
Mountain Home's done a good job so far in the red zone. This is a really big play right here. Let's see if Mountain Home can get another stop, get their offense the ball back.
4th and 12 from the 15. Burley back to throw. Loveland under a little bit of pressure. He runs. He's going to be taken down. That ball is going to bounce away, knocked away from him. And there's a swarm for it. It looks like Mountain Home is going to recover that. Just maybe took a little too long. Great coverage in the secondary. That's a coverage kind of sack play right there, as he could not find anybody scrambling around in the pocket. And from behind, the Tigers knock the ball away and come up with a big stop as they cling to a 7-point lead with 5:06 to go.
Let's see how much of the clock that they can run out here, try to burn some clock.
You know, Mountain Home had 28 points at halftime. They have not scored in the second half, and really they haven't had a successful drive in the second half. I don't know that they've even been in Burley territory much this half. Spent a lot of time near their own end zone, having a hard time moving the football. This is a big drive, 5:06 to go. And Winnings takes the snap. He's going to keep the football. He's going to get a couple of yards, but not much. But it's a running play. The clock runs. You're up 7. You're trying to salt this away. Hang on for a victory on the road. Road games are always hard to win no matter who you're playing. And this would be a big one for Mountain Home to start the year off 1-0 if they can hang on.
Yeah, this second half's been a tough one for Mountain Home. Both of their big plays brought back by penalties. They're just shooting themselves in the foot in the second half.
So with the trade and fortunes we've seen in this game, Carter, do you think Mountain Home a little overconfident with their big halftime lead? Do you think it's a matter of fatigue? What do you think has led to them struggling so much in the second half?
I honestly think that the Burley defense just settled in. They started to play well, play smart, and be more disciplined.
Yeah, Burley's done a great job, and there they do it again. Huge tackle in the backfield for Burley. That is number 70. Austin Ochoa with a great play, bursting into the backfield. And that's going to be a loss for the Tigers. That's going to bring up third down, 13 yards to go from the 16. Much of this half, Mountain Home's been deep in their own territory, struggling to move the football, suffering through flags. They've had some turnovers, and they've let Burley get right back in this. We've got 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go. The clock is running. Mountain Home is in no hurry here. They try to eat up as much clock as they can. This is a big play. If you can convert this third down, they can run a lot of this clock out with their next set of downs. Do you dare pass the ball here, though? Because if you're incomplete, stops the clock, obvious punting situation, Burley's right back in it. But you probably got to throw it here on 3rd and 13. There's a quick slant, and that goes to Swenson. And he is not going to get the first down, but he's going to get a nice pickup to make it a 4th and short instead of 4th and long. Looked like he might have had some room to really make a play there. He kind of slowed down after he caught it, and he's taken down by the Burley defense. He's a big target out there at 6'6". He's had a great night. He scored 2 touchdowns. Definitely in the running for our player of the game. He's really had a great game tonight.
Yeah, the Burley defense really closed that opening very quickly to negate the first down.
Several players with great opening nights. Fenstermaker's been good for Burley. Started at quarterback, moved to receiver, made several plays there. Williams has had a great night at receiver for Burley. Explosive player who plays both ways. We've had a lot of great performances here on opening night. And right there, Burley making a play is number 70, Austin Ochoa, had a big tackle. But Swenson, a nice pickup there, third down, brings up 4th and 4. You know this Mountain Home team all night, they've been aggressive, all night. They have not, taken it easier, said, hey, we're going to punt here. Even late in the half in their own territory, they went for it on 4th down, led to a touchdown. So they have been a bold team tonight. Do you think they're bold here again?
I think that they should punt here, but that hasn't been the case all night long. If they give Burley the ball back with this field position, it could be disastrous.
It really could. Burley would be in prime position to score, although they have struggled in the red zone much of the game. Looking a little better the second half, but they just had an empty trip to the red zone, did Burley. They had a chance to tie this game, came up empty. We have 2 minutes, 34 seconds as the clock stops for that timeout. 2 minutes, 34 seconds. 28-21, a single-score game. Mountain Home in the lead with the ball, trying to finish off an opening win to start the season. And they are in a punting formation, and we've got a penalty here. Pretty common theme on this season opening night. Lots of yellow handkerchiefs. And there's another one. And it's a false start on the Tigers. They'll go back 5 yards. So any thoughts you had of maybe faking that, running that on 4th and 4, now it's 4th and 9. And now you're in a much tougher situation. You probably kick it away. We have only seen Mountain Home punt one time, I believe, tonight. And that punt only traveled about 15 or 20 yards. So Winnings, who's had a great night at quarterback, needs to have a great kick here to not give Burley prime field position to try to tie this game. 2:34 to go. Is another fake, and it's incomplete. Oh, Mountain Home chooses to fake the punt on 4th and 9, deep in their own territory. Another bold decision by Jim Clark and his staff, and it comes up empty here. Probably should have punted that football away. Thrown into traffic. Not much of a chance to complete that. I don't even know if he would have had the first down if he completed it. And Burley has 2 minutes and 31 seconds to tie this game, and they take over the ball inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. Loveland and company looking to tie the game. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Ramos. He bounces to the outside, which he loves to do. He's got some room. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. He's marching down near the goal line, and we've got a late flag thrown by the back judge here. Maybe some extracurriculars after the play there. What a play by Ramos. Bouncing it to the outside and then just sticking his head down and plowing through the defense. Big gain.
Burley's
we'll see what the
got to
flag
try
is.
to convert here.
2:21 to go as the clock stops with another flag. We should have been keeping track of the flags thrown tonight, but I think we're probably close to about 30 flags tonight. Split pretty evenly between these two teams. And Burley is going backwards, so a huge, huge play as the Bobcats get a great run by Ramos inside the 10-yard line. He was knocking on the door to score, and now the Bobcats are back at the 20. 21-yard line is where the ball will be placed. First and 15 from the 21. 2:05 to go. The clock is running. Burley is trailing. They're trying to score, and that's not going to do it. Ramos is buried in the backfield, and that is Gunnar Clark, the nose tackle. All-state lineman a year ago, and he shows why right there as he just swarms Ramos under. Are you surprised with the lack of success Burley's had running up the middle, that in this key situation they ran up the middle?
Yeah, it's interesting. Their best player is Gunnar Clark on that nose tackle spot, and he's not going to let a lot get behind him. So,
great player, senior lineman, 6'3", 290, makes a big tackle there, and now Burley comes under center with Loveland. It's second down, 15 to go from the 21. There's a handoff. Nope, a fake handoff. Loveland is looking. He's got time. It's dropped. He finds his man, and the ball is dropped. Tough break for the Bobcats. Jesus Herrera was wide open on the sideline, couldn't haul it in. And this brings up a huge third down. We have a minute and 13 seconds left in this football game. Burley trails 28-21. They have had 2 trips in the red zone here in the fourth quarter to tie this game. First one stopped on 4th down, came up empty. Here they are, 3rd and 15 at the 21. Now remember, this started with Ramos running inside the 5, came back on what looked like a post-play penalty. maybe personal foul there, and that really, really hurt the Bobcats. 3rd and 15 from the 21. Loveland picks up the low snap. He throws to the end zone. He's got a man there. There's defenders there, and that's going to fall incomplete. Thrown into double coverage over there. 4th down, and this is for all the marbles. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in this football game. Burley comes up empty here. Mountain Home can probably run this clock out. They were looking there for number 15, Gabriel Garcia, and he was covered pretty well. The ball's kind of thrown up for grabs and unable to bring it in. 28-21, Mountain Home leads Burley. We have 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in this football game at Burley High School on a beautiful night to open the season. We've had a great classic football game. We promised you a dandy, and we have delivered. Great game tonight, Carter.
It has been. Let's see if we can close it out with some fireworks here.
This is the play of the night. 4th down, back to throw. Loveland looks down the middle. It's incomplete.
Oh, man.
Oh, Khalil Schroeder was there, and Loveland falls to the turf in disappointment. He threw a beautiful pass. It was almost picked off. A Mountain Home defender reached up to get a hand on it. It got through the congestion somehow. Looked like Schroeder had a chance to catch that football for the game-tying score. It falls incomplete, and Burley turns it over on downs. Heartbreaking play for the Bobcats. There's 1 minute and 1 second to go. They've got 2 timeouts. Is there any chance for them to get the ball back here, barring a turnover?
A very slim if Mountain Home makes a mistake here, but they should just be kneeling in victory formation.
We'll see what they do here. It looks like they come out in their regular offensive formation. So we'll see if they hand it off or do a QB keeper here. And they're going to do a spinning play by Winnings, and he could go! He could go. Winnings is at the 50. He's got some help. He cuts it back inside, and he's taken down inside the 30-yard line, and that should do it. The exclamation mark for the Mountain Home Tigers. They have had hardly any offensive success, but that spinning keeper that they ran so successfully in the first half, they run it again here, and Winnings busts off a huge run. 49 seconds to go. The clock is now running, and that should do it. Mountain Home is going to come into Burley and pull off the win, barring something crazy here in the final 30 seconds. The clock running. Mountain Home is huddled up. It looks like Burley is not going to use their timeouts. They've got 2 timeouts, but they choose not to stop the clock here. Just not enough time, not enough timeouts. But what a big play by Winnings. Game on the line, trying to salt it away. And 40 yards down the field later, here you go.
Yeah, he's been big on the ground all night. Comes
and
up
now,
clutch.
Victory formation. They will kneel it down. And the Mountain Home Tigers are going to walk out of Burley with a win. The clock stops here with 5 seconds to go. (28-21) Mountain Home. Looks like that'll be our final. We have 5.6 seconds to go. Mountain Home is at the 29 of Burley, ready to kneel this one down and head home to Mountain Home. Season opening win. That'll make that 2-hour drive feel much nicer.
The bus ride home is always nicer after a win.
Get a little team pizza or something in you and celebrate on the way home, huh? There's the victory formation and the victory for the Mountain Home Tigers, who will kneel it down. And now the clock will run to zeros. And the Mountain Home Tigers have come into Burley and beaten the host Bobcats to open the season 28-27, 28-21. Big win for Mountain Home as they jumped out to a 22-0 lead in the first half and then held on for dear life. Burley 2 drives into the red zone in the fourth quarter. They came up empty, and they come up that short. And boy, that last 4th down pass was so close to being a touchdown catch by Schroeder. How close was this game in the end?
Oh, great comeback by Burley. They really killed themselves early on with the penalties in the red zone. I think that was a huge factor in the game. But overall, It was a great game.
Well, the teams will shake hands at center field, and we'll be back here in just a moment for the post-game show on IdahoSports.com. Stay tuned as we named our player of the game here in just a moment.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Well, a great night of football here in Burley, Idaho. And as we welcome you back to the post-game show here on IdahoSports.com, our Magic Valley game night. First game of the 2021 season, and it's a 28-21 victory for the Mountain Home Tigers as they join Burley at the field to talk this one over. Great game by both teams. Carter, closing thoughts from you.
It was a great classic high school football game. Nice way to start off the year with a nice close, almost game-winning play by Burley. But overall, just a great high school football game.
Heartbreaking loss for the Bobcats here at home as they try to turn the corner as a program. They were right there. If they had a better start, this probably is a different football game. We had a lot of great performances on both sides tonight. Tough to pick the player of the game, but we are going to go with Justin Swenson, the 6'6" receiver and defensive lineman. Tight end size. They flex him out as a receiver. He's a huge target. 2 touchdowns tonight. 6 or 7 catches. Really moved the chain several times for this team.
Yeah, he was great on offense and on defense. He got a blocked punt, multiple tackles for loss. He was huge on both sides of the ball.
So this has been an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Magic Valley Idaho Game Night. Our major sponsors that make coverage of IdahoSports.com possible include your local Toyota dealer, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Valley-wide Co-op, and Country Stores, and Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. We'd also like to thank our local sponsors tonight, Magic Valley Tires, Les Schwab Tire Center, and Stuker Jewelers in Mountain Home. Grateful to them. Congratulations again to Justin Swenson, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Thank you for joining us as the Mountain Home Tigers defeat the Burley Bobcats by a score of 28-21. For my broadcast partner, Carter Christensen, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Mike Christensen, saying so long until next time. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast